The blame game has begun here at the state capitol. Governor Newsom says the reason we're in a deficit in the first place is, in part at least, due to President Donald Trump and his policies. But Republicans say Newsom should look in the mirror.
California is under assault. The United States of America, in many respects, is under assault because we have a president that's been reckless.
Governor Gavin Newsom not wasting any time going after President Donald Trump. All of it during the governor's updated budget presentation as he unveiled his proposed $322 billion spending plan for the state.
We submitted a balanced budget.
Newsom announcing the state faces a $12 billion deficit, a deficit he argues, at least in part, is due to Trump's tariffs.
Definitely impacted by the...
I'm going to pause them right there, man. They always trying to... Let's blame Donald Trump's tariffs for your $12 billion deficit, bro. Look, this nigga's a crook. He's almost as worse as Brandon Johnson, for real. Actually, he worse. Because Brandon Johnson's only in $1 billion deficit, you know what I'm saying, Chicago. But you know what? That's a city, and this is a state. J.B. Prister's in a $2 billion deficit. This nigga's in a $12 billion deficit because you're just giving money away. Like, don't give a damn. You don't give a damn who you give it to. Immigrants, don't care, legal or not. You get all the medical benefits. Now, the first thing he say is due to Donald Trump's tariffs. I was just reading an article the other day. They said the tariffs won't even affect us for like 3 months for real. So any tariff he put on our country, it literally will not affect us until like 3-4 months later. That we're gonna be in like the third quarter by the time that probably touches us. And he's already blaming Trump. This is a weak man right here. He makes it look like he's clean cut and he's not, but he's not. Look at him. He can't even manage his country's, his state's finances. He's been a governor for a long time, and he can't even manage his state's finances, bro. That'd tell you that that's not a good leader. If he was in a state that was low deficit, bro, then you can like, okay, then he's maybe good for our country. This guy's not good for our country, man, for real. And to blame Donald Trump, bro, it's kind of weird.
Of Trump's policies.
Specifically, Newsom says the president's tariffs policy resulted in stock market volatility. That, in turn, he notes, impacted some of California's highest earners. Fewer stock market profits for them means less capital gains tax revenue for California. As such, Newsom says, his calculations show revenues are down $16 billion in California.
Don't you got to sell something to get capital gains tax, right? So you rely on people to sell things in order to get the tax from the things that they're selling to fund your country by $12 billion. So it's Donald Trump's fault that he put tariffs on things that causes your millionaires and billionaires not to buy things so you can tax them and take the money for that and get yourself out of a deficit. This nigga's weird. Look, I'm going to continue. Tell me if I'm going too fast and I'm breaking this down right. Maybe I'm just not understanding this.
Part of what Newsom calls, in his words,
the Trump slump.
Republicans responding.
Here we go again. Only in politics can you do a poor job and try to blame someone else.
He called it the Trump slump. I call it Gavin's gap.
A gap Newsom says he'll close by withdrawing more than $7 billion from the state's reserves. He's also proposing to temporarily freeze his expansion of the state and federally funded Medi-Cal healthcare system to undocumented people. Additionally, he wants undocumented people 19 and older already on Medi-Cal to pay a $100 monthly premium. Newsom says without those proposals, Medi-Cal would grow too fast and would be just too expensive.
One thing we can't is approach a balanced budget unless we address the costs of Medicaid or Medi-Cal in this state. There are investments that we are making that we simply cannot continue to make.
As for spending priorities, the governor is proposing more than $137 billion for TK through 12 California public schools. He's also vowing to increase fire protection resources, and on homelessness and mental health, he says Prop 1, the 2024 $6.4 billion bond measure, will allow the state to create 5,000 more healthcare beds and 21,000 plus treatment slots. On top of that, Newsom says Prop 1 funding will go toward 124 treatment projects and 214 treatment facilities. He says that will make a difference in a state where he believes some city and county governments are not stepping up.
I'm not interested in funding failure anymore. I'm not. I won't. Time to do your job. People are dying on their watch. Dying on their watch. Look at these encampments. They're a disgrace. They've been there years and years and years and years. I've heard that same rhetoric for years. People are dying.
And the California State Association of Counties, which represents all of the state's 58 local county governments, responded by saying they want Newsom to provide more clarity and more ongoing reliable funding to address homelessness. Meantime, what happens next? Newsom now has 1 month to negotiate his spending priorities with the legislature. Reporting at the state capitol, covering local news that matters, Aton.
Well, there you have it. There you have it, my boy. There you have it. A victim playing victim. That's just all there is. How you gonna blame somebody else for your deficit? This man just became the president. See, this is what I don't understand. My man been the president for 3 months. The tariff has not even affected us for real. And you already blaming him. Like it wasn't a president there 4 years prior. Like, this is why this person should not be a leader. Come on, man. As a man, like if you was a female, if you was Kamala Harris, I'll give you a little bit of oomph for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, it's a woman. She's gonna blame a man. But for a man to blame another man for some shit, you are weird, Gavin Newson, bro. You don't even sound like you in your right state of mind, bro. You literally feel like it's like some pussy back shit. Like, come on, bro. Take control of your finance. Don't blame the president because of tariffs. Tariffs have nothing to do with you, bro. It has to do with our country as a whole. You let people get in your state. You talking about, oh, you're gonna cut off Medi-Cal in 2026. Why wait so late? Cut it off now. But that's because you're not, right? Anyway, you're giving undocumented people that you know is undocumented access to Medicare, like medical treatment that you know that other illegals are paying into. And then now you're saying that if you're over the age of 19, you got to pay $100 a month into it. That's because you know what you've been doing. You know they come over here with medical problems. You give them free medical, and they feed off of it because it's a price. It's not free. They eat off of it while your people that are your citizens that are legal here are paying for it. And you never charge them nothing. It's one thing to have your citizens get on Medi-Cal because they're low income, but now we have illegal immigrants that are low income. We got to put them on there. You probably just triple and double the amount of people that are on it, and they're not even paying into it, bro. Talking about they get taxed, bro. They get taxed. That's state and federal, bro. That shit ain't going nowhere. For real. Maybe if you didn't have them there, you probably wouldn't be in this deficit. Perhaps. But I'm be honest, California are very furious with the money. Y'all move it how y'all want to move it. So what do you expect to be in it? He's predicting a $12 billion deficit for this year already. Nigga, we are about to be in this. We're in the second quarter. About to be in the third quarter after June. And you're telling me that you're in a $12 billion deficit? Bro, that's your fault. It ain't Donald Trump's fault. Don't blame Donald Trump. That's some pussy. You're just pussyfooting. All right, it's your boy Angelo Savage. If y'all from Cali, man, comment. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, because y'all might think I'm wrong if you from Cali and you feel like Medi-Cal is good for you. You know what I'm saying? Tell me. Let me know. But if you're not from Cali and you see it like I see it from the outside looking in, you can't blame another man for something that you've been running for years. Like, how you gonna blame somebody that just got into something 3 months ago, 4 months ago, when you've been running it for way more than like 4 years? You blame the prior person before that. Cause how? So you're telling me in 3 months you got into a $12 billion deficit when the tariffs are not even really in effect yet. All right. And it's really not even effect at all, because like even the tariff war on China, that shit was only in effect for like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, for real. And that was just on China. Everybody else got good prices. So let's keep blaming this guy. And he said this like today. So let's just keep blaming Trump for all your financial mistakes. Good job, Gavin Newsom. You're going to be a great president. Psych. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think in the comments section, man. Don't forget to like for the YouTube algorithm. And please don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Let's go. Peace.